When it's time, better let the man Simo speak.
Yo, this is Bilal Muhammad, and you're listening to the Simo Speaks podcast.
Welcome back, everyone, to the season finale of Simo Speaks. 65 episodes. Bonus episode coming in soon. Thank you all for joining me on this ride. And for the last episode, I'm going to wrap this up with the Champions League finals, Manchester United transfers, as well as my Simo Speaks team of the season. Let's get right into it. As most of the panel predicted, PSG received their first Champions League ever in a resounding 5-0 victory over Inter Milan on May 31st. This triumph not only marked PSG's inaugural European crown, but also set a record for the largest margin of victory in a Champions League final. Under the guidance of coach Luis Enrique, PSG delivered a dominant performance with Hakimi opening the scoring in the 12th minute against his former club, Desiree Doué, 19-year-old sensation, scoring twice and provided an assist, earning him Man of the Match award and the Champions League Young Player of the Season award. Further goals came from Kavichka Kvaratskhelia and 19-year-old substitute Seni Mayulu, sealing the emphatic win. Inter Milan struggled to contend with PSG's pace and precision, managing only 2 shots on target throughout the match. Sorry guys, the Unks lost. What does this mean for broader implications? PSG's triumph completes a historic treble, having also secured the Ligue 1 title and the Coupe de France, making Enrique the second manager to win a treble in 2 different domestic leagues, alongside the great Pep Guardiola. This achievement positions them as the first French club to win a continental treble and the 9th overall in European football history. Luis Enrique celebrated his second Champions League title, previously winning with Barcelona in 2015. I could wax lyrical all day about PSG and how much I am a fan of their sporting project and the way they go about things, but we have a video about that. Link in the description below. For now, let's jump straight into Cunha to United. So, Cunha to United is, I'm so on it. I've said it on the last episode. He controls the ball with the sole of his foot. I don't rate that at all, especially not for an attacking player, but his strengths are going to be dribbling and ball control. He's excellent at beating defenders in 1v1 situations. Close control, quick feet, make him effective in tight spaces, and he's comfortable driving the ball forward through the middle or wide areas. Why I like him the most is because he's Prem proven. I think this is what we have to do. I think we need to stop, for now, looking for hidden gems maybe outside of the Prem. Let's try to look a little bit more domestically. He's very versatile, can play as a central striker, second striker, attacking midfielder, or even on the wing, so that's very useful in MRM system. And he's particularly effective in a free roaming or support striker role where he can drop deep and link up play. I would say his work rate in pressing is okay. I mean, he can press forward a lot, but there's also stats that show he walks the most in the Premier League. He can time his runs well, drags defenders out of positions, which is really good, especially if we're linked with somebody like Mbuemo, or we have who knows what attacking options next season. That's going to be really good to bring some attention onto him and relieve the pressure off the other sides. Creativity and vision, I would say he has a good eye for a pass. He can somewhat create chances, but his biggest weaknesses, I think, are finishing consistency. His inconsistent goal-scoring record can miss some clear-cut chances, and he lacks that clinical edge, and that's my opinion. Not the most physically dominant, can struggle when tightly marked against physically imposing defenders, and he's muscled off the ball if he's not in space. Injury history, United isn't very lucky with injury history. Cunha has had spells on the sideline due to injuries, which affected his rhythm, obviously, and form, and his decision-making isn't the best. He occasionally holds onto the ball too long or takes the wrong option in transition. He's still a young guy, somewhat, still developing his maturity in high-pressure moments. Now, Mbuemo. This is the player I would prefer. I think Mbuemo is super versatile, pace and acceleration, super quick off the mark. He can beat defenders, excellent in transition. And, I rate, left foot is fantastic for me. Primarily plays as a right winger, but operates as a secondary striker, false nine, central forward sometimes. He can shoot from range, finish inside the box, somewhat can curl him, but obviously, it's not can shoot from range and finish inside the box. And he's comfortable drifting into central areas or playing wide, depending on tactical demands. His work rate and pressing are why I really like him. He is high-intensity player. Legs, he can run. He's strong in pressing systems. He can win the ball high up the pitch and initiate the attack. Super intelligent passer in the final third. And he combines well with overlapping fullbacks and central forwards. So if, let's say Mazraoui's going to stay there. Now, we're going to have to eventually upgrade on that position. I mean, I think Mazraoui is great, right? But I think he needs to take another step, right? I think this is the most intense ball he's probably ever played in his career so far. And I'm happy I have a Moroccan on my team, but I do think that he is capable of taking an additional level. I think he needs to work on his finishing specifically. Back to Mbuemo, his weaknesses. Inconsistent end product. He did have a pretty good GA this season, but while capable of scoring spectacular goals, his finishing and decision-making can sometimes be inconsistent. Not the strongest in shoulder-to-shoulder battles, physicality, and duels, and he can be out-muscled by bigger defenders, which is, posterior.
Because, he have his different posterior. He's
That's
massive.
it. People don't realize his dribbling was good, but his low centre of gravity, the way he turned and used his bum and body.
Because when you put your feet, he put his bum ass like that and he turn. And they can say to them.
That is true. It's true. You can't stop it. People don't understand
it.
Composure in key moments, sometimes rushes shots or chooses wrong option in high-pressure situations, and I think he needs to improve his composure. Outside of that, I think he can deliver excellent crosses, but doesn't always execute them reliably under pressure. Now, I think his best role would be a right-sided inside forward or a secondary striker in 3-5-2 or 4-3-3 system. I think he thrives when paired with a target man or central striker like Ivan Toney. Obviously, and everybody here knows how much I love Ivan Toney. And if I had to compare him to some players, I'd probably say maybe Jared Bowen or Bitek Mahrez. Bitek Mahrez is still a great, fantastic player. And unlike traditional wingers, Mbuemo offers central penetration and pressing over pure wing play. Okay, now, before I get into my team of the season, has anybody here ever heard of Theranos? It was basically a company that pretended to do blood work just off a single prick of blood, and it defrauded investors of billions of dollars. And that's what I think Manchester United and the Glazers are. But instead of defrauding billionaires and millionaires, they defrauded me and you. And with that being said, let's get into our team of the season. Now, I had to think real long and hard about who I wanted to have as a manager, and at the end of the day, I just couldn't bring myself to have more than 2 Liverpool associates related to my team. So I went with Nuno Espirito Santos. That was my guy. I love watching him, basically just rally Nottingham Forest, try to keep the confidence going within the squad. It's really nice to see. I like the way he plays football, or I like the way he commands his team to play football, or tacticizes, or tranquilizes them too. Now, my back 4 is going to start off with at goal Donnarumma. I think phenomenal. I'm really happy for him. But if I had to pick a Prem keeper, I'm going to go with David Raya. Alisson obviously is always really good, but still, David Raya, I think, kept them in a lot of times. I was going to make a joke about Andre Onana, but I can't even commit to the bid anymore. Left back, I'm going to go with Nuno Mendes, Nuno Mensch. But a shout out to Miles Lewis-Skelly. That boy did his thing. Center backs, Virgil, and I would have said Gabriel if it was a whole season thing, but I'm going to go with Saliba here. And then right back, Hakimi, but Koundé and Olaina had phenomenal seasons. They played real well. Center mid, now because I'm going to be playing a 4-3-3 system, my 3 center mids, I'm going to start off with Gravenberch. Instead of Caicedo, this was really tough for me. I love Caicedo. I think he's so fun to watch. He's so good. But I would be remiss if I didn't have a few of the players that confidently won the Premier League season and wrapped it up months before. So I ended up going with Gravenberch. Other 2 center mids, Pedri. I wanted to put Vitinha in, but I need to fit Pedri in for political purposes and to keep the show behind the scenes, everything running smooth. And then the center mid that I was very happy to put in was the one and only Ousmane Dembele. So happy for the guy. Everybody knows that's who I want to win the Ballon d'Or. And now on to my front 3 attacking options. Now, the right wing, I was really excited to see Bukayo Saka versus Lamine Yamal versus Mohamed Salah. Match this year, lineup this year, competition this year, I should say. But fortunately, Saka got injured. So, right wing, Lamine Yamal. Fantastic season. Super fun, electric to play. I think so amazing, so great. Words, there's not enough words to describe the kid. Left wing was, I think, the most difficult position I had on this entire team of the season. I couldn't decide. So the player that I picked number 2 is definitely going to be the one coming off the bench for me, which is just amazing. But Rafinha, I think Rafinha played like he had a chip on his shoulder the whole entire season. I think he proved plenty doubters wrong. I think he was just so electric to watch too. Just very, very exciting player, very fun, and I'm happy for the guy. So Rafinha, but Kvaratskhelia had a great year. And then for my forward, it's my team, man. I'm gonna do whatever I want. Mohamed Salah, bro. Now, I can make a whole separate episode about what Mohamed Salah, how good he is and what he does. But shout out Mohamed Salah. I mean, to do the season, to play at the level that you played this year, you definitely, I rate it. It is what it is, bro. You play for my ops, but we share a name. So let's go, bro. Shout out to all Mohammeds out there, including me and you, Mohamed Salah. Now, this is not farewell, but this is I will see you later. I want you all to leave a comment under the tweet where the poster, where the podcast is always announced. And I want you all to tell me what you think of the Club World Cup. Leave a comment, reply to the tweet when the post comes out. And let me know what you think of it. And if you don't want to talk about the Club World Cup, tell me what you think of Marwan Shamach. On a scale of 8 to 10, where do you rate him? All right, everyone. I'll catch you all very, very soon. And keep an eye out for that bonus episode. Take care.
People let it talk, I let them do it all week. When it's time, better let the man Simo speak. It ain't sweet when you line up in the big leagues, big names and the best teams with the critique. Always on point, better come and grab a good seat. I ain't got no time to waste, time ain't cheap.